You're looking for a computer, something that has what a smartphone doesn't. But just like smartphones, there's so many options to pick from. Do you get a Mac, Chromebook, or maybe you just build your own? In an open market like this, there's a lot of choices and it's easy to get confused. By following a few simple steps, you'll be able to get the most performance for your dollar. All you need to do is consider purpose, performance, and pricing. Firstly, determine what the purpose of your hypothetical computer will be. Is it a workstation for intense 3D rendering and video editing? Maybe you just need an easy-to-use internet machine for checking news and email. There's a computer for every purpose, you just need to do your research before buying one. It's important to do your research because you need to set realistic pricing expectations, but not fall for the trap of companies trying to upsell you. Some of the most common usage cases you might fall into from least to most expensive include the following. Casual use can involve any of the following. As long as you're not doing anything beyond that or leaving too many windows open, you may be able to satisfy your needs for a small price. Chromebooks are great for this as the operating system is simple to use and optimized for weak hardware. Work applications get a bit more demanding, especially with having to manage more windows. Large laptops are king here. Portability doesn't matter as much as space and size. Adobe's Creative Suite relies on a decent graphics card. You'll find the best performance out of a desktop, but if you need art on the go, get the Yoga Book. Lenovo's ThinkPads reign supreme when it comes to programming for many reasons. Take it on the go and expect it to serve you well and last you long. Don't expect portability or an attractive look. That's not what this is for. The Ultrabooks were created for travel. Companies invest most of their resources and focus into making these laptops top of the line, so expect solid build quality, light body, and fast speed. For gaming and above, you almost always want to build your own desktop PC as the savings will be enormous. If you really want a gaming laptop, just be prepared for the downsides. Workstations are an incredibly huge financial investment, but the returns are enormous if your use case demands it. These are responsible for handling some of the most demanding of applications you'll ever see. There are four main components when talking about performance: RAM, processor, graphics, and storage. RAM determines how many applications you can run at once. The larger your RAM is, the easier time you'll have multitasking. Your processor determines how fast each application runs. Currently, there are two brands on the market to look out for, AMD and Intel. AMD's technology works better with workstation loads and multitasking, due to it dividing up work more efficiently, while Intel's is more focused on running a single application at a time, making it better for casual use and PC gaming. Graphics cards aren't important unless you're working with video editing or 3D applications like CAD or modern video games. Usually on all laptops and some desktops, CPUs come with these on board. If not, there's plenty of cheap ones out there. When we're talking about storage, there's hard disk drives and solid state drives. For each of these, this is where your file goes. Hard drives store more for less money, but run much said files slower than the zippy solid state drive. More importantly is to avoid falling for branding traps and to avoid letting yourself be upsold. Much like buying a car, do your research, get advice from a wide variety of sources, and use the internet to your advantage. If you don't want to get involved with some of the more technical aspects, local computer shops are more than willing to help. For instance, if you're worried about viruses, you might consider getting a Mac, but there's other OSs out there which are free and even safer than Apple's options. Apple's lack of pricing range in their devices often leads to them having to upsell the casual users to make a profit. It's not Apple that just pulls this either. Keywords are a great way to lure in unsuspecting buyers. For instance, a lot of things labeled gaming usually are going to come with a premium for no reason. If you want to have a machine that can handle gaming, it's usually best to build a PC and spend some time researching components so you don't end up falling for the gaming label. If you need a powerful but cheap laptop, consider buying refurbished. A few-year-old flagship from a reputable seller can often outperform some of the similarly priced mid-range devices of today. However, the process can be time-consuming and a hassle, so buying new might be worth it if you can afford it. Also, be careful with who you go to for advice. Employees at computer stores have been known to upsell, and will usually try to upsell you on a computer. People who have limited knowledge on the subject might be rather biased or unsure, while people who know a lot might keep going on about the benefits of the more expensive, powerful stuff. Computers are complex, and it's important you do your research and understand what you need, what your needs require, and how little you can spend while meeting your needs. As long as you use a wide variety of sources, have a firm budget, and stick to it, and cut corners where necessary, you can find yourself with a perfect machine without burning your